I want to talk about something that happened to me that I didn't have a word for. I had just walked away from something, and I kept waiting to feel better. I kept waiting for the relief people talked about, the clarity, the fresh start, the feeling of a door closing and a window opening somewhere, and none of that came. What came instead was nothing, just this flat, quiet nothing that I didn't know what to do with. And I remember thinking, why did nobody tell me about this part? And that is why I decided to make this video. Here I will pour my answer to that question. Part number 1. The silence nobody warned you about. Everyone prepares you for the ending. They tell you it's going to hurt. They tell you to cry it out, feel it fully, give yourself time. And they're right, the ending hurts. But at least you have a name for that pain, the before and after of something that mattered. But nobody tells you about what comes after the after, the part where you've done the brave thing. You let go, you chose yourself, you closed the door. And instead of relief, instead of the fresh start, everyone promised you get silence. This strange, flat, suspended silence where nothing is wrong exactly, but nothing feels right either. Where you wake up and move through the day and go to sleep and wake up again and nothing has a shape yet. Nothing has a meaning. Nothing feels like yours. You're not sad, you're not broken, you're not even lost really. You're just in between who you were and whoever comes next. And nobody gave you a word for that. Nobody sat you down and said, hey, there's going to be this season. This quiet, gray, narrativeless season, and it's going to feel like nothing is happening, and that feeling is going to be one of the hardest things you've ever had to sit inside. I wish someone had told me, and that's why I'm telling you. Part number 2, what it actually feels like from the inside. I remember a specific afternoon, months after I had walked away from something that had been the center of my life for years. I was standing in my kitchen, making coffee, and I had this sudden, quiet feeling that I couldn't locate myself. Not dramatically, not a crisis, just I didn't know who I was in that moment. The thing that had given my days their structure was gone. The person I'd been inside that chapter was gone, and I hadn't become anything new yet. I was just standing there, and the terrifying part wasn't the emptiness itself. It was how ordinary it looked from the outside. I was making coffee, I was fine, I was functioning, and on the inside I felt like a building someone had emptied out, but forgotten to demolish, still standing, still the right shape, just completely hollow inside. If that's where you are right now, I need you to hear something. That hollowness is not failure. It is not evidence that you made the wrong call. It is not your life telling you nothing is coming. It is just what it feels like to be human and in between, to have ended something real, and to not yet know what real thing comes next. The hollow is not permanent, it just feels that way from inside it. Part number 3, why does it happen? You need first to understand the psychology behind it, because understanding this changed my perspective and the game, for me. Human beings are wired for narrative. We need a story, a role, a sense of direction. Even when that story was painful, even when the chapter we were living in was making us miserable, it was still something. It gave our days shape, it gave us an identity, it gave us a reason to get up and a thing to move toward or away from. So when you let go of something significant, a relationship, a job, a version of yourself, a dream you'd carried for years, you don't just lose the thing, you lose the story that was built around it. And your brain, which runs on narrative, the way a car runs on fuel, suddenly finds itself with an empty tank. Psychologists call this an identity disruption. It's why even endings we chose, breakups we initiated, jobs we quit, lives we walked away from on purpose, can leave us feeling hollow. Because the self doesn't just exist on its own, it exists in relation to things. The partner, the career, the goal, the routine. These aren't just things you had, they were mirrors that showed you who you were. And when the mirrors are gone, you don't disappear. But for a while, you can't quite see yourself clearly either. That disorientation is not weakness. It is not a sign you made the wrong choice. It is your mind doing the very human, very difficult work of rebuilding an identity from the inside out. Without a script, without a mirror, in the quiet. Back then, I didn't understand this. I thought the emptiness meant something was wrong with me, that I should be further along by now, that other people who went through endings came out the other side faster and cleaner and more certain. I didn't realize that what I was feeling had a name and a reason, and most importantly, a way through it that didn't involve just waiting and suffering and hoping something showed up. Part number 4, the mistake keeping you stuck. The reason you're stuck in the in-between phase far longer than what you need to be is because you're treating the emptiness like a problem to be solved instead of a process to be lived. The moment the discomfort arrives, you reach for something to fill it. A new relationship to plug the hole the last one left, a new obsessive goal to replace the one you abandoned, endless scrolling. Staying busy until midnight, making plans you don't actually want just so the calendar doesn't look as empty as you feel. And I totally understand why. The emptiness is uncomfortable. The not knowing feels unbearable. Your brain is wired to move away from pain and toward relief. So it pulls you toward anything that looks like forward motion, even if that forward motion is actually just avoidance, wearing productivity's clothes. But here's what happens when you fill the space before it's finished with you. You interrupt the process that was running underneath the surface. The in-between isn't empty, it's working. It's clearing out old beliefs, old patterns, old versions of yourself that don't fit anymore. It's asking you questions that only get answered in stillness. What do I actually want? Who am I when nobody needs anything from me? What would I choose if I wasn't afraid? So when you fill the silence before those questions get answered, you take them with you into the next chapter, unresolved, and they show up there inside your next relationship, your next job, your next version of life, causing the same patterns, the same confusion, the same hollow feeling. Because you never gave yourself the time to actually finish the in-between. Part number 5, the things that actually helped me move forward. So what do you actually do? Not just trust the process, not just everything happens for a reason. Here are 4 tools. Tool number 1, name what ended, not just the thing you lost, but the identity you lost with it. Write it down if you have to. I was someone's partner. I was the person building that career. I was the version of me who believed in that dream. Name it specifically, because you cannot grieve what you refuse to identify, and ungrieved losses don't disappear. They just go underground and pull at you from below. Tool number 2, stop measuring your progress. The in-between does not respond to timelines. Every time you check whether you're healing fast enough, you add pressure to a process that requires the opposite of pressure to work. Give yourself a specific window, 1 week, 2 weeks, where you consciously decide to stop asking, "Am I better yet?" And just let yourself be wherever you actually are. Not performing okay, not rushing forward, just here and present. It sounds passive, but it is the hardest active choice you will make. Tool number 3, find one small true thing every day. Not a grand new purpose, not a reinvention, just one thing each day that feels genuinely real to you. A walk that actually clears your head. A conversation that doesn't require you to pretend. A meal that tastes like something. A song that reaches somewhere. These tiny, honest moments are not distractions from the process. They are the process. The new self doesn't arrive in a revelation. It accumulates in small, honest moments, one day at a time, until one morning you wake up and realize the flatness has quietly, gradually become something else. Something that feels a little more like yours. Tool number 4, ask the question the emptiness is asking you. The in-between is not just absence, it's a question. And the question is this: who are you when you're not defined by what you lost? That's what this season is trying to get you to. Not back to who you were before. Not forward to some idealized future self. Just here, unattached to an old story. That version of you, the one being built right now in the quiet, is the whole point of this season. Don't rush past it to get to the next thing. If you're in the in-between right now, drop a comment. Not explaining it, just say where you are or how you feel. Because someone else is going to scroll down, read that, and feel something loosen in their chest, knowing they're not alone in the silence. Share this with whoever in your life just ended something and hasn't talked about the after yet. Sometimes the most generous thing you can do is show someone they're not the only one. See you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more of this. Peace and love.